Hi pals, welcome to my channel From Skint to Savvy, where we will discuss my journey from being skint and living from wage to wage in my overdraft using credit cards to being savvy with my money, budgeting, cash envelope stuffing and clearing off all my debt and basically knowing where every penny of my wage that I earn goes. If you're new to this channel, welcome. Thank you for clicking on this video. If you like it, I would really appreciate it if you click that like button. If you have any questions, leave a comment, and even better, if you could subscribe, I would really appreciate it. And if you've already a subscriber, thanks so much. Again, I really appreciate that. And yeah, I hope you like this video. So for today, I am going to close out my week. I'm a couple of days early, but I've got things on this weekend. Need some of the money that I'm going to be cash stuffing. So what I thought I would do is I would close out early, and then if I have time, I'll cash stuff. If not, I'll do a second video doing my cash stuffing for next week. And yeah, hope you like it. So I am basically using the Budget by Paycheck workbook by the Budget Mum. She's from America. She does loads and loads of YouTube videos, really good. And this workbook is something that she devised to help her with her budget, and I've got to say it's really helping me figure out where my money's going and you know what I'm doing with it, and that's exactly what I need. So I'm going to move my Moo family so that I have a bit of space, and I am going to open up to our February pages. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be closing out this budget. I've done some of the writing because I'm still new to writing on camera and things. It will, in time, I will show you what I'm doing, but I'll explain all my working out. And I just want to show you a couple of pages at the front of the book that I've been using. I've clipped them so they're easier to find, but this page here is my bill checker, so I know what bills are coming out on what date, and I've clicked off that these ones have already come out in February, which is what I was expecting, no surprises. And these are the ones I have left to come out for the rest of the month, so from Audible downwards. So most of mine come out on the 1st. All my big bills really come out on the 1st. And my rent is, I pay it online, and it's when I need to pay it, so it's not the same date. It is something I want to get to be on a direct debit, but I've just come out of a 4-weekly paycheck onto a monthly salary, so it's not been something I've been able to do up until this point. But it is in the plans once I get this budget intact. So what I've done here is, let me show you, scroll in a little bit. So we're going to go over the actual columns on this page. My rollover, which is money that was in my bank at the start of February, my wages that have come in so far, and any other money that have come in so far. So moving forward, I will always have a rollover in my income, because I'll always be rolling over, because I get paid monthly, and because I'm going to weekly budget, I won't be using my whole wage, so there'll always be a rollover. And hopefully at the end of February into March, there will still be a rollover if I've budgeted and not overspent. My wages will differ because I do overtime, and my other income is when I sell things or when I do surveys from things like Atapol, or I have 2 little businesses that I sell things from, so any money that comes in from that will go in my other. And then the total income so far, starting in February, is this 2,724.54. The bills that have come out, so these are just the bills that have come out in this week, so from the 31st to the 6th, and then I'll show you next week's what bills are due to come out. Everything came out as it should, apart from my mobiles, a couple of pence lower than I budgeted for, but that's all good. The Bank of Mum is a savings I send to my mum, and she keeps in her bank account for me. I'm going to scroll you out a little bit. And once that's topped up to the level that I want it to be, then I'll be cancelling the standing order. And then when I use any of that money, I'll just top it up, and I'll start topping it up through my envelopes and my sinking funds. But so for now, that's on a direct debit, but I think we've only got one more month, and then I'll be able to stop it. Fingers crossed nothing goes wrong with the car. Because if it does, that will come out of that money. So the total amount of my bills for this week is 83325, and so the 835 I would take off of my total income, and that would leave me with 1891.29. So then I move down to my cash envelopes. So I actually have some cash and some that are on cards, as I've shown in a previous video. So this is what I top them up with. I haven't actually done my food shop yet. I do that on a Sunday. So it just stick at the £40, but then if I don't spend the full 40, that'll roll over into next week, and then at the end of the month, anything that's rolled over, I'll take out and I'll put back into my sinking funds. Same with the dog food, the diesel. I used a little bit less for diesel, so the rollover from that will again stay on the card. So I've got a hyper jar, which is where I'm going to put all my savings. So once I reach so much in my sinking funds, they'll all go into the hyper jar account, but I'll still use the card to do the food shopping and to do my dog food, because I buy them in the supermarket together. My diesel is on a Tesco Plus debit card, my eating out is on a Starling card, and my online shop is on a Think Money card. Now for me, it's so much better for me to have all those cards. Some people might say, oh, what do you need all those cards for? But to stop me overspending on any category. So if I've only got £45 in Hyperjar when I go to the supermarket, I can only spend £45. If I try to spend 50, it won't accept the card. So it will just make me more conscious of what I'm spending, what I'm buying. And the same with, you know, the diesel and the eating out. It's just to stop me having to dip into my debit card. But then also, because I must have diesel and I must have food for me and the dog, if I was then to go out for a meal and at the end of the month, say, and the bill for the meal came more and then I didn't have enough for diesel for work, then that would put me in a sticky situation. So that's why it's all on separate cards, so that I know. And I can top them up from a debit card at any point. So it's not like if I go food shopping and I've only got £20, I can only buy £20 of food. I can use my debit card and then, you know, reimburse my debit card from the Hyperjar. I hope that makes sense. Electric is cash, and I put £40 in on Monday. And purse and miscellaneous, there's still £10 left in them at the minute, but I'm going to roll them over, which you'll see when I do my cash stuffing, because I'm going to need them for this weekend. My budgeting, I budgeted that in my direct debit because I didn't have a sinking fund for it at that point. So I didn't take cash out for it. However, I've not used it, so I'm going to roll, just say 0 on that, and then I'll roll that into one of the weeks forward, because there is some things that I want to buy. And the beauty, I got my nails done today. Because I'm going on holiday, I can actually have decent nails. Within a week I'll probably have to shorten them because I can't have them for my job, but we'll cross that bridge after my holidays. So yeah, so the total amount for all of my, what I'm calling cash envelopes, although these are on card, comes to 21899. So we're going to take that away from the 18921. So 1891.29 minus 218.99. So that leaves me with 1672. Oh, sorry, you can't see that. 16723. I forgot how hard it is to write when you first get your nails done, so sorry for the scratchy writing. So that number just follows up into here, so 167230. And this is my sinking fund. So these are, I'm going to change them into next week, which you'll see when I flip over the page, but that is all the money that I put into my sinking funds on Sunday for this week. So the total of that came to 70. So we're going to take that away from this number, which leaves us with 60230. And then that follows down into my extra debt. So I'm not going to put anything into my extra debt, although I have more money than I budgeted for. I'm not going to put anything into my extra debt for now, because I may need that further down in the weeks to come in February. But if I still have a good amount left over at the end of February, I'll maybe put some into extra debt. But at the minute, I want to focus on getting some savings put together, because none of my debt is of any urgency at the moment to pay. So we'll leave it for a couple of months and but we'll see how we get on at the end of the month. So 160230. Put that in the wrong column. 160230. And that's why, ladies and gents, we should have erasable pens. Although make sure you don't sign any legal documents with them. So yeah, so that is 0 there. So this number again is following through. So 160230, and then we're going to take £30 off, because that's what we used for my my house deposit savings challenge. Sorry, my words are struggling, they're failing me today. It's later than what I would normally do my budgets, because I was working today, but I would just want to get this done and out so that I can relax on my weekend. So we are left with 157,230. Now that is what I'm going to roll over into next week. So that's the money that's still left in my bank, and that's what I'm going to roll over into next week. And because it's in here, it's accounted for. So I know that money, I need that money, it's accounted for. So that leaves me with a zero-based budget for this week, which is what I aim to do. So it's not that I'm spending all my money this week, it's just I'm rolling over what I haven't spent into next week. I hope that makes sense, but we'll still got another page to do, and then I'll show you really what I mean on that. So this is the page that we used to get our denominations for last week. So for here we have a kind of blank budget, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with my rollover. So basically my rollover is the amount that's still in my bank, which is 157,230. So I'm going to budget for that, 157,230. And I'm just going to budget for that because we still have a couple of days before the 7th, which is when this budget actually starts. So I'm not planning to, but I may use my card. So I don't want to just put that in the actual column, because I may have to change. I have no wages coming in, but any other money that comes in through this week I can add on to here. But I'm not expecting anything. I'm not expecting any other money. I am not expecting any expenses from my work, which would be in my other category. So this is all I'm going to work with in my budget. As I said, if anything else comes in, I can add it in this column, and then I will know the real amount. So that's for that. So then the only bills that I'm expecting to come out next week from the 7th to the 13th is my Audible and 200 Club, which is like a raffle that I pay monthly. And the total of my bills equals $11.99. So we'll take that away from this 157,230. And that leaves us with 156,031. And again, we go down into our envelope column. So I'll follow this number down, 156,031. Now I've already planned that my groceries is going to be £40. That's what I'm going to have every week for groceries. Eating out, I'm only going to stuff every 2 weeks because as I said already in a previous video, my boyfriend will pay 1 week when we eat out and I'll pay the next week to keep it fair. So I still have my money there, so it's not my turn to pay. Piper's Foods gets £5, and again, this money will all roll over. And my diesel is 65. I'm not going to put anything into an online shop because I put the £25 in. I haven't spent it yet, so therefore I don't need to top that up. I don't want to spend any more than £25 online. My electric is going to get 40. My purse is going to get 10. And my miscellaneous is going to get 10. Now that will then make £20 in my purse and £20 in my miscellaneous. My intention really is to roll them over every week. So not roll them over every week. So I would take that money out and put it into my sinking funds. But because I'm on holiday, I'm going to just do it a little bit differently for myself so that I know I've got plenty of money and I don't have to worry about any money. And I think that's important when you're budgeting, is that you're not worrying, you're not stressing, and you're not concerned about your money. You know what you're doing with it. So the total that I'm going to put in my envelopes, remember some of these are card, but the total is going to be £170. So we'll take that away from this number, the leftover number that we still have to work for, and that leaves us with 139,031. And then that number goes up here again, so 139,031. Okay, so these are my sinking funds. Now what I've done is, rather than have occasions, so like everything that's in my budget category, let me just get the sheet out, it'll be easier to explain. So these are my budget categories, okay. So all my bills, my electric, my food, Piper's Food, and treats and groom. Myself I've put as a category, so that will include hair, beauty, clothing, my purse, budgeting and treats. It wasn't there but I've taken it out. Occasions would be birthdays or gifts. Household is like home improvements, electrical car is diesel car maintenance. You know, these are my categories. And I also have savings and debt down here. So rather than write out every single one of these, which are all sinking funds, so here's a sinking fund, beauty is a separate one, clothing separate, birthdays is separate, gifts is separate, home improvements is separate, you know, rather than write them all separately, I have lumped them together for this part of the page, because there's not much space, and then I can break them down in the next page over the page. But some of my categories, I'll show you on this page actually, it might be easier to show you. When you know what's in your head, it's sometimes difficult to explain it to make sense of that. Makes sense? So what I've decided, because I'm not going to use this medical bill tracker for its purpose, because I'm lucky enough to not have to have the NHS, not have to worry about any medical expenses other than if I had to do opticians, dentist, that kind of thing. So what I've done is I've split this into 4 weeks. This is just my purposes, and what I want to do is so every week I'll put £40 in for my food, every week £5, every week diesel, and then so that is the ones I've already explained. But these ones here, so starting from hair and beauty, I'm not going to stuff every week. I'll just stuff you know, here and there, but I want to have put £10 a month into hair. So, you know, rather than put £5 and £5, just 1 week of the month I'll put £10 into hair, 1 week of the month I'll put £10 into beauty. Birthdays I want to put £20 in, so it's easy just to do 5 and 5. And the vet for Piper, I only want to put £10 in a month at the minute, until my budget improves. So again, just 1 week of the month I'll put this in. Home improvements, again, 1 week of the month I'll put 10 in. So some of them will always be stuffed every week, and others will just be stuffed once a month or like house deposit will be twice a month, because I'm going to do that twice a month, and then I'm going to do my envelope challenge twice a month. So, you know, not every sinking fund will get money, because it's a savings, so I don't need to put it in every week. And although I'm doing birthdays and Christmas at £5 every week, getting £5 from the bank is just quite awkward, so it may be that I condense it and put, you know, the £20 in one week instead, but we'll see how it goes from now. For the purposes of making videos, obviously it's easier if you're cash stuffing every week, you know, rather than just once a month. But so this is what I've planned for now. So occasions is going to get the £5. Piper's, so that's for a groom. She gets groomed on Valentine's Day, so then we'll need to start topping it up again for 8 weeks time when she gets the next one. For self, I think that's going to be for hair or clothing or something like that. Entertainment gets 20. Household is getting nothing, but in a couple of weeks that I'll get is 10. And savings is going to get 25. And so savings will be for like Piper's vet, or for my car insurance annually, Christmas, that kind of thing, and that goes into there. So in total I'm going to be putting £70 into my sinking funds. Not very much, but you know, it's better to have a small amount than to, you know, really go crazy and put too much in and then struggle further through the month and have to take the money out of the savings, because that defeats the purpose in my eyes. If you're putting money in to save, and then you're, you know, really struggling because you've put too much of your money into savings and then having to take it out, for me that would be quite disheartening, because I want to see my money grow. So I'm going to put them, you know, in what I can afford, and then if I have more at the end of the month, obviously I can top up more. So yeah, so what we're doing is taking this £70 away from our leftover. So 1390, 31 minus 70, and that leaves us with 132031. So again, I'm not putting anything into extra debt for this week, because I need this money to roll over, because I still have bills to pay, and I still have you know, more sinking funds to fill for the rest of the month. So instead of doing my house deposit this week, I'm going to do my envelope challenge. I picked 2 at random, and I got £71 in total for the 2. So because I've still got a good budget, I'm going to just do the 71. If I have a lower budget, then I would do a smaller number, and I would pick the specific number I need. But for now, the £71 is fine. So then I'll take the 71 away from here, minus 70. So my savings total is 71, and my leftover is 125031. So all being well, coming into week 3 of February, I will be rolling over this amount to cover my 3rd week of February, and then whatever's left from that one will be rolled over into my 4th week of February. So I hope that makes a bit of sense. I'm going to stop this video here because it's gone on quite long, and I will do a separate one with my cash stuffing. But for now, hopefully all that makes sense. It's really difficult for me to talk it through because I'm still learning, but it's a great little booklet, and it's really it is really going to help me. I mean, I'm only on the start of the book, and I've still got all these pages to do, so I'm really feeling positive that it will work out for me. And by the time this book is full, I really do think that I'm going to have some savings in the bank and debts have been paid off. So thank you for joining me on this video. Sorry it's been a long one, probably lots of M's in it as well, so I apologise for that too. So there we go again. I'm not very good at editing yet. I've still to learn how to edit the video, so you'll have to bear with that aiming and sewing and all that for now. This is next week's budget, and I will look forward to doing my close out with you on the 13th of February. See how we get on and see if we're still on budget. But thanks for watching, and as again for subscribing. It means a huge amount. So you take care and have a good week. Thanks. Bye.